Hello, my name is Sally and I am one of the makeup artists working with Look Fabulous Forever, which is skincare, hair care and makeup specifically designed for older faces. Today I want to talk to you about keeping your makeup on and helping your makeup to last all day, all night, and just to stay on generally. And I'm going to do a full makeover talking through some tips and hints of how I keep my makeup on all day. Certainly there are certain times in your life when makeup slides off. If you're going through the menopause or you're having hot flushes, then it can be really hard to keep makeup on. If you are out and it's really hot, it can be hard to keep makeup on. And as you get older, it is just generally harder to keep your makeup on because your skin is not as smooth, it's not as hydrated as it was, it's a bit bumpier, it's a little bit more absorbent, a bit more like blotting paper. And so makeup doesn't seem to glide on and doesn't seem to last quite like it used to, or it certainly doesn't with me. So Look Fabulous Forever have actually brought out a makeup range which is specifically designed to really help with these problems. And I'm going to talk about that as we go through the makeup today. So let me get ready. The first tip for keeping your makeup lasting really well is actually thinking about your skin and your skincare regime, because if you've got dry, patchy areas and dry skin, your foundation won't stay on, it won't adhere. So I tend to, particularly if I'm doing something really important the next day, I will use the Look Fabulous Forever's gentle face exfoliator the night before. So I cleanse my face, then I put my exfoliator on and I massage it in with warm water in a circular motion, rinse it off. And then I put on the hydrating clay mask to give my skin a real boost. And I use my hydration hold serum and my night cream and a little bit of eye cream. Then what I've done this morning, so all I've done this morning is cleansed. I did that last night. I've cleansed my skin and it does actually feel so much smoother just having exfoliated and used the clay mask. So I know that will really help to keep my makeup on. So I've cleansed my skin and I have used my daily SPF 50+ serum. It's a really sunny day out there and it's important all year round to be protected from the sun's rays. So I've used that first. And I've also put on my Smooth the Face Day Cream, just a little bit of this. And I have let that sink in. So that's another important thing. If you're putting layers of serums and moisturizers on, it's important to let them sink in fully before you start on the makeup regime proper. You'll find then the makeup won't slide off. That will already have been integrated into the skin and you're ready to go with your makeup. So Look Fabulous Forever brought out 3 incredible face primers, which for me are a game changer, particularly the one that I'm going to use now, which is called Smooth Like Silk Face Prime. And this was the very first product that I was introduced to when I heard about Look Fabulous Forever. And it is a primer that does just like it says, it smooths out the skin. So where you've got fine lines and open pores and little bumpy areas, this product will just smooth over that so that when you put your foundation on, you're putting it onto a completely smooth base. And therefore it will stay really, really well. So it goes on smoother and it lasts all day and all night. When I use this, my makeup, my foundation just does not need touching up. So a couple of pumps on my hand, that's all you need. And I'm just going to put this all over my face. And instantly when you put it on, it sort of blurs the lines a little bit. It's got aloe vera, it's got silica, and it's just really, really smoothing. The next thing I'm going to use is I'm going to put my base on. And again, the way in which you put it on makes a difference to how long it lasts and the fact that I've got my primer on underneath. So I'm going to use Continuous Cover Foundation in shade 2. And I'm going to mix it because it's summertime and I like the texture of the Light Look Beauty Balm in shade 1. So I'm going to put the two together. Whenever I use the Continuous Cover Foundation, I also add in a little squirt of the primer that I've just used all over on my hand when I mix it. And I find that just with this product on me, it goes on even better. A little bit of Light Look Beauty Balm in shade 1, and just for good measure, a little bit of primer. And what I'm going to do now is take my foundation brush number 10. So we've got two brushes in the range. This one I love for a really airbrushed effect. And I'm just going to mix all the colours, and I'm just going to pop this on with the brush. I tend to start at the middle and work out from the centre, which is where I need the most help. So to keep your makeup on, it's better to apply makeup in thin layers than thickly caked on. You'll find that it just goes on better, it buffs in better, it looks much better, doesn't look like it's sitting in any fine lines that you might have. Okay, so that's the first step. The next thing I'm going to do is I am going to use some concealer. I'm going to use my concealer, that one. So this is Cover to Cover concealer. It's lovely, it's creamy. I quite like to apply it with a brush, and I'm using my concealer brush 4. The more brushes that you can use, it also helps to keep makeup on, because brushes, basically, you're not then adding in any oil, which you might be when you use fingers all the time, depending on how oily your hands are. So you're keeping everything nice and clean, and it just will go in really well and blend well. So I'm going to put some concealer under my dark circles, and I'm sort of also in that inner bit here as well. And then anywhere that you've got little bits of discoloration, sometimes broken capillaries around the nose area, sunspots, this is like magic. You can just get rid of everything. Because it's a creamy concealer, it doesn't sit in lines, it doesn't look caked, and it's lovely. Okay, so next essential item for keeping your makeup on all day, all night, is really fine translucent powder. And Look Fabulous Forever have got just the product. I was very excited when this product came out, because a powder can make all the difference, but it has to be superbly finely milled for older skin so that it doesn't sit in your lines. So I am going to use my big brush number 1 just to dust that all over. And this will set your makeup so that the foundation will really last, particularly if you're going to get really hot. And because it's fine, it doesn't make you feel hotter. Sometimes powders, you can put a powder on and you feel like you're sort of perspiring through the powder. Because this is so fine, it doesn't happen. The other thing that I sometimes do is to take a smaller brush. So this is the eyeshadow brush number 7. Take the powder and use it just on the areas where I've put a little bit more concealer. So under the eye, maybe just where you've concealed little sunspots or spots. It will just give it that little bit of extra help to hold it in place. So Smooth Out Eye Prime, that's primer number 2. Absolutely fantastic for keeping your eye makeup on all day. Really important to keep your eyelids dry and oil-free before you put this product on. You can either put it on with, again, a clean oil-free finger, or you can use the concealer brush. I like to usually put it on with my finger, just smear it on like that. And then I go in with the concealer brush and just blend it. And this product absolutely keeps your eyeshadow from not moving and from not creasing. As we get older, we get discoloration on our eyelids. We get little veins that come through. We get little lines. we get bumps, bits of discoloration, and this product will smooth out those first of all and cover up those little veins and those little areas that you don't necessarily want, so that when your eyeshadow goes on, it goes on as A, as a true colour, and B, it will go on and not crease as the day goes on. So you can be kind of really confident that your eyeshadow will still look good. While I'm doing my eye prime, it's always a good idea at that point to think, lips. Let's do the Never Feather Lip Prime. This is the third primer that Look Fabulous Forever has produced. And as we get older, you can see I've got little vertical lines on my lips from doing all sorts of, I don't smoke, I've never smoked, but I'm quite animated. So I think it's just that, and it's sun damage from a long time ago, which I very much regret. So Never Feather Lip Prime is a brilliant product for putting on the outer edge of your lips. So and it creates, I like to sort of just dot it in a little bit, creates a barrier. So you don't put it on the actual lip, but on the outer edge, so that your lipstick, when you put your lipstick on later on in the makeup, it will not migrate into those fine lines, which is not a great look. So Never Feather Lip Prime, the third of the primers, to ensure that your makeup will not move and will stay put all day. I'm going to do my eyes now, and I am going to use two of our non-shimmer eye shades. The first one is called Cappuccino, just a very neutral colour, very simple colour, just going for a simple look. And I'm going to use my eyeshadow brush number 7 to put that on. Now I'm choosing to use mainly the no shimmer eye shades because they work really well on eyes that are maybe going to get hot and sweaty, or if you're going to get oily, they will keep your makeup on even longer. So that's what I'm going to use, just for safety, to keep my makeup on. But I am going to use one of our eyeshadow sticks, just a tiny bit of it, just in the centre afterwards, which I'll show you. So I'm just putting this all over my eyelid. Make sure you put enough of your base eye shade on so that you've got something to adhere to when you put another shade on top of it, so it doesn't look patchy. So the second shade I'm going to use is called Dark Taupe. It's in the same family. We've got taupe and we've got dark taupe, and I'm going to use dark taupe just to give me a little bit of definition in the sort of socket line area and the crease area. And for that, I'm using a slightly smaller brush. I'm going to go in with this brush, which is brush number 9. So it's another eyeshadow brush, but it's a bit more precise. So I can just make it a little bit darker, and therefore I can lift the area that's my socket line. And then I just bring a little bit down to the base of my lashes. So now I'm going to go and blend with the bigger brush. This is the brush number 7, and just blend that out to in. So what I am going to do now is put a tiny pop of creamy eyeshadow stick in Champagne just in the centre. That works really well with these colours. Either just use your finger just to smooth it out like that. All it needs. Clean finger again, or you could have used your brush number 5 just to smooth that out. This is the small lip brush. So what I'm going to do now is to define my eyes, and I'm going to use our lovely dark brown soft eyeliner with this look on the top. So it's a retractable pencil, and I'm just going to bring it out to in as close to the lashes as I can, and I'm lifting it very slightly at the outer edge just to give my eye a little bit of a lift. I'm going to do the other one. Think to yourself what you're drawing on the base of the lashes, then you won't get a gap. I'm going to use a different colour underneath. I'm going to use, which is what I often do, I'm going to use warm taupe underneath, which is a little bit lighter. Just a little bit softer sometimes for this look. I want quite a soft look today. So warm taupe gives me a little bit of colour underneath, but not quite as dark. What I will do though is what I always do is I'm going to take my wedge brush number 8, and I'm going to take the dark taupe, which was the darker of the two shadows, put it onto my brush just like that, and then just take off the excess on my hand and just go over my lashes, sorry, not my lashes, go over my eyeliner with a non-shimmer powder. And I'm just going to put a tiny bit underneath as well, just to hold that in place. So eyebrows. I am going to first of all use my spoolie brush, this brush, and I am going to just brush, this is my brush number 6, kind of get them in groomed and into place before using my bring back brow shape. So I'm going to use this one, which is blonde. This is waterproof, so this is fantastic for staying on. Look Fabulous Forever have thought of everything, they really have. It's brilliant if you've got no brows, if you've got sparse brows, if you've got little gaps in your eyebrows. It's a paint, and you literally paint on little feathery strokes with this waterproof paint. It's got such a fine brush that you can actually individually paint on individual hairs. And for me, I like to lengthen. I'm now just going to go back in with the spoolie brush number 6, which, as you can see, I've slightly bent upwards just to soften that look. So I haven't done my eyelashes yet. I'm going to do my eyelashes, and I'm going to use my Instant Bright highlight. So keeping your mascara from moving. First of all, making sure your lashes are sort of oil-free makes a difference. What I sometimes say to ladies whose mascara moves whatever is to use a cotton bud and a little bit of translucent powder, and just to literally powder the tips of your lashes before you put your mascara on. Also can make them look a little bit thicker too, but that can help. I am a great believer in waterproof mascara if you've got smudgy eyes. So I do actually love, and I wear probably 90% of the time, I wear the Live Lash mascara in black waterproof. So that's what I'm going to use today. And you can still get it off with the lovely Clean Sweep eye makeup remover really easily. I know people are worried about getting waterproof mascara off. The trick is to put the eye makeup remover onto your cotton pad and hold it on the eye for about 5 seconds to loosen it, rather than rubbing straight away like you would take off nail varnish off your nails. You sort of hold the nail varnish remover on to loosen it. Do that same thing if you're wearing waterproof mascara, and you'll find it comes off much easier. This is such a great mascara because you can build it up. It doesn't look as though it's got little flaky bits because it doesn't have little flaky bits in it. So it leaves your lashes still pliable and feeling like your lashes. I'm going to just put a little bit, what's left on the brush, on the bottom. But if you find that makeup moves a lot, omit this and don't put them on the bottom. And now I'm going to use a little bit, just to finish off my eyes, I'm going to use Instant Bright Highlight, this one. I love this product. This is my magic pen. It's a little clicky pen, and you can literally draw on where you want a little bit of highlight, bit of light. So I put it underneath my brow, and then I'm going to go back in with a concealer brush and just smooth that out. And I'm going to use just a little bit onto my tops of my cheekbones, just to give me a nice dewy look. Just tap that in. So I need a little bit of colour on my face. I'm going to do blusher, then bronzer. If you are cooler, I would do my bronzer next. And if you're going to use bronzer down your neck area, make sure you've put a bit of powder on it first. So because I'm warmer, I'm actually going to put my blusher on first. I'm going for my peach cream blush. And this is, again, a wonderful blusher for not moving. I have found if I've used a powder blusher, it will just sit on the surface. And if I've just used a pure cream blusher, sometimes I find that sinks in and just disappears. This is a cream to powder formulation. So it has the benefit of both. It will blend in really well, but it sort of forms a very silky powder-like finish, which means that it lasts as well. And then I take my blusher brush, this one, brush number 2, and just give it a little swirly sweep upwards. I like then to go over it with a little bit of bronzer. But if you're a cool lady, as I said, and you want the bronzer, use the bronzer first, then use your cooler blusher over the top. Just a dusting of bronzer. Now, lips, the final part. I am going to use today, I'm wearing sort of coral. Really important to keep your lipstick on. I know how important that is. So, various things you can do. First of all, make sure that your lips are not dry. So when you're doing your skincare preparation the night before, if you've got dry lips, either use a lip scrub or get some of our lovely lip balm. This is the moisturising lip balm. Pop it all over, I won't do it now. Get a baby's toothbrush, soft baby's toothbrush, and just literally brush off any dead skin cells. Then put more lip balm on and go to bed. And you'll wake up with your lips so much less dry, less flaky. And that is a really good thing for keeping your lipstick on. What I sometimes do while I'm doing my makeup, I have a bit more lip balm on and then I just remove it before I do my lipstick. That will also give your lips lots of hydration before you start the lipstick process. So I'm going to use today a lip liner, defining lip liner in Strawberry. So rather than just putting it on the outer edge of my lips, sometimes I do that to hold it in place. I'm not just going to do that, I'm going to fill it in. But by filling it in, you're not going to be left with that outline, which again is not a great look. And it's creating a sort of a stain or a base. Particularly good if you're not going to be using one of our all-day long-lasting lipsticks. Today I am going to be using our longer-lasting lipstick in True Coral, which is one of my favourites, my all-time favourites. Using a lip brush, applying it really professionally. If you have a favourite shade that there isn't in the longer lasting range, a top tip is to do one layer of your lipstick. Take a split, very fine tissue, blot, then put a tiny bit of translucent powder, which is the one that I used earlier, through, and even you can put a tiny bit directly on if you want to, and then put a second layer on. And this really does, that tiny little bit of powder keeps on that first layer if you're not using one of the long-lasting ones. If you're using one of our long-lasting ones, they tend to sort of really, well, they do last, and they sort of create a bit of a stain. I'm just going to finish off my lips with a little bit of my favourite Gorgeous Gloss Lip Shine in Cinnamon Kiss, just to, I quite like this look, so. Just in the middle of the bottom and the top. So last thing I'm going to do is a last sweep of powder. I've used my 3 primers, so I should feel quite comfortable that my eyes are going to stay in place, my lipstick isn't going to migrate, and my foundation is going to last all day. But I'm going to put a little bit of powder, just a last sweep over. If that doesn't work for you, then you can also buy setting sprays. There are lots and lots of setting sprays on the market, which you would do at this stage, where you basically hold them about 20 centimeters away from your face and spray. I tend to spray, if I'm going to use one, down in a cross and then an X like that. But I find with primers, I don't need them. But you know, for a very special occasion, or if you find that it's just something you want to try in the heat, then do that. If you are someone that touches your face a lot, your makeup is going to move more than if you're someone that never touches your face. And it might be that you are completely unaware as to whether you fiddle with your face and touch your face. So that, if you can maybe ask a partner or a friend if they notice that will make a difference. If you don't touch your face, your makeup will last. Obviously, if you're somebody that takes glasses off and on all the time, which most of us do, that can be tricky because you're sort of touching your glasses and your glasses are going on and off. It's morning time. I'm going to go off and have my day, and this evening I'm going to come back to you and show you how my makeup has lasted from this morning with my primers on, and it will be a test for me and for you to see how it has lasted. Hello, it's me, Sally again, and it is now the end of the evening. So I have been wearing my makeup all day, and I thought I'd come on camera to show you how it has lasted. It's actually been quite a warm day today as well. It's been a little bit, yeah, quite a nice day. We've actually had some sunshine, which is quite rare. So that's been really, really good to show how the makeup lasts in the heat. The only thing that I touched up once was I put a little bit of extra lipstick on after eating my lunch, but haven't put any on after eating my dinner tonight, my evening meal. So this is the remnants of the long-lasting True Coral lipstick. So I've still got a stain of colour on my lips, but I have eaten and drunk quite a lot today. Other than that, I've not touched my eyes, I've not touched my foundation or my blusher. I've not even put any extra powder on. I've done nothing else at all. So I think it's lasted pretty well considering. And if I just show you my eyes at a close up, they haven't really creased. I've still got my mascara on and my eyeliner is still on. So I'm quite pleased with that. Still got a bit of blusher, a bit of colour, and my foundation is still intact. And I really do think that the primers, the 3 primers, have made a big difference. So I'm probably looking a little bit shinier than I did right at the beginning, but not too bad really, considering how warm it is. So I hope you have found that helpful. And if you haven't tried the Look Fabulous Forever primers, it's really worth trying if you find that your makeup just disappears within a few hours of putting it on in the morning. It's just lovely to be able to put your makeup on and not worry about it at all, just get on with your day. So that's what the primers allow you to do. If you have got any other tips yourself about how you keep your makeup on, or if you have used the Look Fabulous Forever primers and they have helped you, it's really helpful for us to hear that. So pop that, any questions as well, any comments in the comments below the video. We'd really love to hear from you. Thank you again for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again very soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.